and welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Let's start the show the only way we know how. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful Sunday. Welcome back to those of you who are joining me for the third live of the day. Yes, I'm back. I'm back in Cali. I had a great trip in Minnesota. Saw my fam bam, but now we're back to our regularly scheduled program. In this live, we're going to be talking about tonight's episode of Big Brother, season 23, episode 14, and then we're going to be talking spoilers and all kinds of fun things from the live feed. So just a warning, there will be spoilers. So there's that. Make sure you guys smash the like. It helps me so much in the algorithm. It really does. So smash that like. I have a goal of getting to, let's get to a hundo, mods. Let's see how quick we can get to, what is going on with my hair here? Okay. Let's see how quick we can get to 100 likes. 100 likes, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Sorry, I'm still a little rusty after being gone for like 2 weeks, but I tried to put out a little bit of content for you guys while I was gone. So hopefully you guys didn't miss me too much, but I missed you guys a lot. And so I'm back. Thank you. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Lady Di. Tara's here. Smash the like, folks. Yes. Thank you so much for saying I look beautiful. Yay for number 3. Yes, you guys. Happy Sunday. I can't believe it's Sunday night. This is crazy. Nanette, you are adorable. If you guys missed it, I did a live Amazon wishlist unboxing gift opening earlier today. Check it out. Give it some support. From now on, anyone that supports me and sends me anything off my Amazon wishlist, you will get a shout out live, and I will open the gifts live. Again, like the video. If you want to support during the live, super chat is a great way to do it. There's also the super thanks. So if you're watching this later, then you can send like an after the live super chat. It's this new thing YouTube decided to give us creators, and we appreciate any help. I also have a Patreon, you guys know, link in the description, and you can become a Leen Team member for only $3.99 a month, and you get fun little emojis and stuff. And let me know what other kind of stuff you guys would like to see for the memberships. So yes, thank you. I can't believe it. The bandana suits you. Thank you. I got a black one too. And I'm just like, how am I going to spice things up? What am I going to do to spice up my life and my look? Because a lot of tie-dye. Last year was a lot of Adidas. Still Adidas, tie-dye. I love fun accessories. My little loosey-goosey gave me this little pop bracelet thingy. It's our best friend bracelets. So that's from my 7-year-old niece. So let's get into it, you guys. I did pin a link for my backup channel, which is Joleen Vlogs, where I'll be putting a lot of my vlogs, and weekly I post vlogs there. So definitely subscribe there. I think we're almost up to 700. I would like to get just as many, just in case anything ever happens to my channel, because we all know people like to do fake strikes on your channel and stuff like that. Am I covering Survivor in the fall? Yeah. And I'm excited. I'm trying to talk my husband into covering it with me, my husband, Chell, now that he is into Survivor, and we do the Married to Survivor exclusive Patreon podcast on Patreon. And we'll be starting that back up now that we're back from vacation. Joleen, I paused Janelle to make a cameo, I paused Janelle to make me a cameo video. Oh, you paid Janelle please send it. Hello. I'm at 676. Woo woo. I did post a new vlog of my part of my vacation in Minnesota. So let's have some fun. If this is your first time here, we get silly, we get goofy, we get sassy, very opinionated, very biased of who we like, but you're free to like whoever you like. So let me know all your thoughts, comments, feelings, in hopes and dreams in the chat. Let's talk and let's break this stuff down. Okay, so episode 14 of Big Brother. This is where we get to see the wall comp. And I watched the wall comp live. Let me know in the chat if you guys did. And it was our first endurance live comp of the season. I wish there was just always live competitions. I also wish we could go back to the BB6 Inside the Box, the one where Kaser shouldn't have let up. And then I think Jen if I'm right, I think Gen 1 when Kester came back into the house. Something like that. Something really long that we got to sit there through and see them negotiate and stuff like this. So this was an interesting competition where they basically were just holding on to the BB cruise, the BB yacht, and then it wouldn't be a BB endurance competition unless they sprayed them with some shit. So that's what they did. They sprayed them with human barf. So the people that were on the ship, the shipians, I don't know why I want to say that, the ship people, we'll call them ship people, the fake cutout people, barf, aka slime, came out of their mouth, and Brittany was so excited. She was like, I've always wanted to be slimed. And I kind of feel like I've always wanted to be slimed because back in the day I wanted to be on Double Dare, which was a show on Nickelodeon hosted by Mark Summer or something like that. I think he ended up coming out and saying that he had severe OCD, and I was like, hashtag relatable. And so they were just barfing all over the house guests. Of course, Derek F was like, I'm out. 9 minutes, and the edit they gave him. He's like, they always do this though. You know, he's in the DR and he's like, I'm gonna last as long as I can. Boom, he falls. And Daybed Derek couldn't stand up. He was just like, not today. I'm too tired. And then he also got to edit this episode of how sleepy he is. He's real sleepy. He's lethargic. He might have, there's Tilly. She's going maybe under the bed. What are you doing there, Tilly? Yep, she's going under the bed. She has had a trying time. She had to fly with us to Minnesota. Now, she's flown before, but this was a very traumatic flight for Tilly. I can get into it another time if you're interested, but she's home and she's damn happy to be home. So Daybed Derek, you know, he was just like, I'm going to fall now. That's just how it's going to be. And he did get the edit of being very sleepy. He's lethargic. He's tired. He is basically melatonin personified, I think Daybed Derek is. So Derek F, very different than Derek X, who is now becoming this little comp beast and wins the HOH competition. So that was really excited to see Derek X. Now, one that was watching it live, I'm like, the only one who can't win really is Alyssa, because Alyssa was just HOH, which I thought was really weird because Big Brother has rules and they say you cannot play in HOH 2 weeks in a row. Wasn't Alyssa just HOH last week during Christian's HOH? Wasn't that her? Didn't she just run the show already? She should have had to sit there with Christian, her boyfriend, because they're in a full-on showman's hashtag Chris ass. That's what they are. That's their name. I didn't make it up. Maybe I did. Chrysalis, but I call them Chris ass. So Alyssa lasted a long time. This was her comp to win. Really, it really was. And she kind of, she acted like a bratty brat afterwards. She does that though. And she went to Christian. I don't know if they showed this in the episode. I can't remember. Sometimes I get the episodes and live feeds confused because I just feel like I'm always plugged in. And she was like, what could I have done better? I just don't know. It's like, don't ask him. He don't know. You know, he doesn't know how to play this game. He literally does backflips into burpees and thinks, I'm going to last forever. I'm going to last forever in this game. No, bro. Get Christian out. Hashtag get Christian out. Hashtag break up Chris ass. The only for sure legitimate, well, I don't know how legitimate they are, but they are an actual showmance that I can't stop talking about when Brittany walked in on them and they were literally beginning the bonage. And Brittany was like, hey, guys, okay, seriously. Is Alyssa in here? You guys want to play cards? You guys want to play bananagrams? Anything? No? Okay. Okay, so I have to apologize to her. Kind of weird, right? Ooh, TikTok on the clock. Anyways, Christian, is she's showering? Oh, that's weird. Okay, cool. You guys shower in the same room? That's cool. You guys must be best friends. That's awesome. I've never done it. Anyways, you know that Virgin stuff? Cool. I'm on Virgin Airlines 24/7. Awesome. Anyways, I have to talk to her and I want to apologize because she's okay. So she was like doing my makeup or hair or something. I don't remember. I was dancing or I was on the bike. And then she said, you got DSLs. And I was like, what? Huh? Yeah. Okay. And I winked at her. And then later I realized what DSLs are. That's sucking lips. And I don't because I'm on Virgin Airlines. Mouth, every orifice, virginal. We do jokes here, people. And so not so just wanted to say sorry. Like I gave you, like I do have DSLs, but no, I don't have DSLs. Okay. Unless it's a TikTok, unless I'm mistaken. So anyways, God, it is kind of warm in here. Don't you think? You're not wearing much clothes, so it must be warm for you too. Is something in your pants? Did something happen? You got something in your pocket? No, that's not a euphemism. That's not what I call euphemism. I don't know. Whatever. Do you want to dance? Do you want to do a dance? Do you want to do a group dance? Do you want to do a flash dance? Also, I was playing a thing with Xavier. It was so weird. Me and Xavier, we were talking. He's sexy. I didn't do it. I'm on Virgin Airlines, but I do a wing on my You know, my eyeliner is pretty good. And we did this thing, and he was talking, and I was talking, and we were just like, and he voted you most annoying or something like that. Anyways, God, I could just stand here all day, couldn't you? Oh, you want me to go? Okay, I'll come back later. I'll come back and check later. Tell her to enjoy your shower. So glad you guys are best friends. It was so great. It was so great. It was so great. Do I think they used the stool in the shower? Of course. It now has become the most abused stool and inanimate object in that house. Justice for the stool, you guys. Justice for the stool. So then Christian and Alyssa were just like, what is her deal? I don't know. Like, maybe what's your deal? You're the people that are having intercourses with a bunch of other people in the house. So maybe she just wanted to, talk about DSLs and stuff. And she was just lonely. She doesn't know you guys are trying to make a baby. If you're trying to procreate, maybe national TV isn't the time. Or maybe it is. Or maybe take it to the shower. But don't, because we've seen that before. So anyways, back to Brittany. It was delightful. And there was more cringeworthy things going on for Brittany as well. And so there's times when I struggle with Brittany when she wants to be like, I don't deserve to be on the block. This is crazy. And it's like, everyone deserves to be on the block. It is Big Brother. But I think this time around, as we saw later in the episode, she seemed to handle it a little better. Lots of acting. Lots of, even though if you watch the live feeds, you know that she was well aware that she was most likely going up and was not the target. D, all of the above. So Derek X wins. Xavier was promised safety, as was Alyssa. They were the last three standing. My girl, Azah. If you guys follow me on Twitter, which you should, at Joleen Lunzer on Twitter, Instagram, and the Tiki-Taki, I really thought Azah had a chance. She's strong, she's lean, she's a model, she's used to standing for long periods of time and posing. So I thought, hell, she's powerful. She had a cute outfit, definitely best dressed. I thought she was going to win. People thought I was crazy, but she did a lot better than I think a lot of people gave her credit for. And so she lasted longer than Sarah Beth, longer than Hannah, almost as long as Tiffany, longer than Kyland. Now Claire was like, see you later. I'm good. Like, I'm safe this week. So why would that would be the worst move to win HOH, knowing that you're completely safe. Why? For what? You're good until jury. So this is the last week before jury. So Claire was like, I'm going to hold on a little bit and then I'm going to go. So she sat there with Derek, and then Kylan fell off, and then everybody fell off. And the last three were Derek X, Alyssa, and Xavier. And everyone was basically, waiting for Alyssa to fall off because they didn't want in Alyssa Christian HOH 2.0 because a lot of people want to get rid of Christian, which is the right idea. It's the right idea. Okay, it is the right idea. Now, then Tiffany, I love Tiffany, but she forgot that Hannah was there and was talking to Derek X in the episode in the bathroom. And then she was like, yeah, royal flush. And Hannah's like, who, excuse me? I have a question. Yes. Who's royal flush? Who's that? Is that one of your friends? Is that okay? So she let Tiffany go on. Tiffany walks away, and then she looks at Derek X, who, is a very close ally. I don't know if Derek X is really her number one. I think in a lot of ways Tiffany is. I think she looks at Derek X. She has a crush on him. We know that, but I don't know truly where she stands right now, if she's more loyal to Tiffany or Derek X. I'm not quite sure yet as I'm getting back into all of this. And so she's like, oh, so Derek, anyways, who's royal flush? What's royal flush? Yeah, if you could tell me that. And Derek's like, it's flushed. It's been flushed. The royal flush has been flushed, which he's not lying. The royal flush was just something for last week, for the week before, something that the editors of the episodes could go, the kings and queens plus a joker up their sleeve, Derek X. And we're like, cool. Can we talk about the cookout now? Because that's far more interesting than this fake royal flush, because the cookout is solid. Now, there's cracks in the foundation here and there, and there's still, if you've been watching the live feeds, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but there's still talk of everyone in the cookout, all 6 of them having their side piece, and then which side piece, once they get down to just the cookout and their side pieces, which side piece goes first. So there is, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting once we get down to that point. But as far as getting to the 6, they seem to all be on board to getting to the 6. Now, a lot can happen between now and then, but so far, so good. I mean, did you ever think in Big Brother history, you guys, watching Big Brother as long as I have, that our first outs would be Travis, awesome, Brent, awesomer, Frenchie, amazing, and then Whitney. Like 4 people, 4 archetypes of people we normally have to watch till the end. And then we want to poke ourselves out, like our eyes out with straws. And we're just like, I hate these people. Why do I hate these? I hate them so much. So it was nice to see them go early. Okay. Yes, it was literally a dream. I don't know how people cannot love the cookout. I see them out there. They tend to gravitate toward the Facebook, MySpace, or the KKK. That's where they usually hang out. Now, I don't know. Or some kind of racist subreddit. That's what I'm assuming. You guys. Yeah, the 4 people we don't like on first. Am I dreaming? Is this Big Brother? Is this really happening? I feel so special. I feel heard. I feel felt. I feel felt up. I feel felt up, you guys. I feel felt up, consensually felt up. That's what it feels like to be at this point in the game and go, I don't hate anybody. I don't hate any of them. That is so weird. Derek F., he grinds my gears. But other than that, everyone is just a joy and a treasure. So it's pretty amazing. All right. So then, he tells her about the cookout about the royal flush. And then Hannah goes to Tiffany, who's eating cereal in the bathroom. Tiff, I cannot have you eating cereal in the bathroom because poop particles. I don't understand when the house guests eat in the bathroom. Poop particles, people. It lives in the air and it goes. My dad, okay, don't tell my dad I told you this, but when he goes for his biz, he takes his cup of coffee with him for his morning business. That's an overshare, and you probably didn't need to know that, but it's also very gross. Very, very, very gross. Okay? Yeah. So poop particles, but she's eating cereal. And then that's when Hannah's like, oh my God, everything's falling into place. Why Derek X wasn't put up last week, because he was in this alliance, the royal flush with Christian and Alyssa. And then she asked Tiffany, like, who came up with it? Is this, asking questions? And Tiffany goes, who told you about the royal flush? And then Hannah says, you did. She's like, oh my God, JK Rowling. Whoops. Anyways, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Tiffany feels so close to Hannah that I think she forgets that Hannah's not a part of every alliance Tiffany's in. And we all know Tiffany has formed quite a few groups, alliances, partnerships, if you will. But she is very, very loyal to Hannah. Hannah has replaced Kyland on her list. And she's very close to Derek X, Tiffany is. So, and she's very close to Claire. So she is. And she's, obviously working with the cookout. But we have seen Tiffany express herself throughout the live feeds. And we've seen lots of members of the cookout able to verbalize just that this is an understood agreement. But at times it can be hard. And that's the thing about Big Brother is this, it's been, so many people have been underrepresented in the show for so long that now there is this want to change history and change the game. And it just sucks that the players themselves have to do that rather than production or casting being more cognizant and responsible throughout the years and giving us more diversity. Because now we saw this with like Davon and Bailey and stuff. And Davon, she didn't want to have to work with David. I mean, David did her so dirty. Kevin, oh my God, poor day. But she really wanted to create this cookout-like alliance to see the first Black person win Big Brother. And we do know that Tamar won Celebrity Big Brother, because every time I say that, someone's like, what about Tamar? Well, that was Celebrity Big Brother. I'm talking about American Big Brother, not American Big Brother. Well, yes, I'm talking about American Big Brother, but I'm talking about, I don't want to say normal people Big Brother, but civilian Big Brother, okay? So there's this, so already, before they decided to finally diversify in season 23, before that, every POC player, or I shouldn't say every, but a lot of them felt this pressure to represent, and they were, the only representation for their culture, things like that. So there was already all this pressure within the game, and now there's still in lies this pressure for the cookout. And even though we have a lot of POC representation, it still is a lot of pressure. And so until it kind of, Sarah from Nerdtainment, we were talking earlier today when I did the BB Besties live with Busy and Miranda and Sarah. And eventually, as we keep, the game and casting representative of our everyday lives and our friend groups and the world we live in, it'll even out where maybe house guests can come in and play this game and not feel such a social pressure to, make sure that they go forward with, a progressive agenda, because the media and TV and stuff has failed them for so long. I don't know if any of this makes sense, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. So unfortunately, there's still this pressure on every POC in the house. It's not, here's what I want to ask. Okay, I'm going to go on one real quick. Here's what I want to ask the people who are like the cookouts racist. Do you really think the cookout wants to live in 2021 in a society where they literally have to work together? They have to work together in order to create change and to be the change that everyone wants to see in the world, and to show people and show Black people and Black children and stuff that this can be done. Do you really think they're there to win $750,000? But unfortunately, the pressure still lies on them to make this kind of change, because production and TV casting and all that has failed them in the past. So I don't think Tiffany wants to work with Derek F all the time, or even Azah. Not that they couldn't be friends, but Azah, she feels, plays more emotional than she plays, So it's not like they're like, oh, I can't wait to just do this cookout understood alliance. It's that they feel they have to. That's a lot of pressure for people. And if you don't understand that, then you're very lucky and you're very privileged that you've never been put in a position like that, where you feel like you're the representation and you have to make the changes and you have to show the world that it's possible. So every white contestant and house guest, I don't think they've ever felt that way. I think it's always been POC players. It's always been, LGBTQIA players, things like that have felt that kind of pressure, because there's usually just one or two, and so throughout the years, there haven't been these winners and things. So the pressure is immense, and it's hard watching these players because they want to make different decisions. Like right now with Tiffany. Tiffany loves Derek X, and Tiffany, she wishes she could play with him till the end. Kylan loves Sarah Beth. He wants to play with her till the end. But there's this understanding that the cookout is a very important thing that needs to happen, not only for the game of Big Brother, but for the country in general. It's so, no, they're not like, God, I can't wait to get in there and just be forced to play with every underrepresented person who's been not represented in this game. No, that's not how they feel. Okay. So there we go, you guys. Sorry. It's sad. It's sad to see the pressure that they're under. It's sad to see there's a discussion with Tiffany and Kylan today, and you can feel the pressure on them. They can't have the full Big Brother fun experience because there is this pressure, unfortunately, on them, that I wish that anyone who's hating on the cookout, which I don't think they're able to grasp this kind of concept because they can't look outside themselves, because they're those people who just are like, it's individuals. Everyone's an individualism, which is like a problem. So yeah, not everyone gets the luxury of individualism, and that's not necessarily the truth for most people, but I digress. Okay. So they had that whole talk with Hannah. Hannah finds out about Royal Flush. Let's see, we get the Derek sleeping edit, the DF, just so sleepy, so cheapy. He's just like, and they put something in his mouth. We get Derek X talking about Little D. We get him in the HOH talking to people about who they should nominate. And he decides that he's going to use Brittany as a pawn. And he's going to, well, basically two pawns. Sarah Beth as a pawn. And he's going to backdoor Christian, which is the right answer. That's the right answer. Reddit inside. Oh, that's funny. Okay. I feel like DX would. I do too. I feel like Claire knows what's going on. I feel like Sarah Beth knows what's going on with the cookout. I feel like there will come a point where DX does, but I think that these are people, highly evolved people who will understand and won't take it personally. I really do. I think they will. So, and the fact that they're lowering, and the fact that they're lowering their own chances to it, yes, to ensure history gets made. I mean, that to me, it's a really beautiful thing. It sucks that they have to do it. It sucks that their Big Brother experience, everyone in the cookout, has to be so cognizant of that and play with this extra huge, thing. I don't want to say, well, it's kind of a burden for them. I'm sure it is, just weighing on them. It sucks that they can't just lollygag and have a showmance upstairs like Alyssa and Christian and, complain about being on the block 3 times like Brittany. They have a huger social pressure on them. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Voting people out. Let's see. You don't know says voting people out are not voting people out based on race is by definition racist. So anyways, where were we, you guys? So Derek has decided who he's going to put on the block, and Sarah Beth is not happy. I mean, she's not happy. If you watched the feeds and stuff, she's definitely not happy. I mean, Derek has to make a move where he says, I do not want to put 2 jokers on the block. I have to put one of the kings on the block. Otherwise, it'll look really sus. And so that's what he does. And he puts Derek X on, or I'm sorry, he puts himself on the block. He puts Brittany on the block, and he puts Sarah Beth on the block. And now Brittany, who knows that she is a pawn, is kind of like, I guess I could pawn it again. I mean, she is getting better. She is getting better about her reactions, and I am proud of her for that. She's understanding it. I imagine it sucks being a pawn for sure. I would not like to be a pawn. But her first reactions were like, ooh, that's a lot. Second reactions, that's still a lot. Third reaction, she's like, let's do this, brah. And what we'll come to find out is this is actually a good thing for Brittany. So there you go. She gets put on the block. And then her acting skills, you guys, Brittany might get the Bold and the Beautiful spot. She was just like, oh no, hurts my heart. Ooh, TikTok hurt and heart dance. I don't know why I always do this, but I can't help it. So a little good acting. Okay. So now we go on to the spoilers. POV went down. It was a reward and consequence, but it's not. It's the reward and punishment type competition that we see every season where someone's got to be in a leotard, but nobody does it well as BB-8's Jen. Nobody does it as well and accessorizes as well as she did. The Jensa member. But it was dramatic. Allegedly, we'll see on Wednesday when they air the competition, and Brittany won. Now, so this is great for Brittany. This is great for her confidence. This is great look to the house for her. This is just good for her because she's had these 3 weeks on the block and no one has experienced the oppression she has experienced in the house. Nobody deserves this. What did I do to deserve this? And now she was cool, for the most part, calm and collected about it. And she won the veto, which is amazing. Christian was not picked to play the veto. And Christian on the feeds was like, how he always does this? It's just not fair because that veto was like made for short people. So like, duh, he was acting as though it was just like handed to Brittany. And I'm like, okay, cool story, bro. Cool story. So the drama happened when Sarah Beth was knocked out and she got a $5,000 prize. Now DX was knocked out after her. There were still other people in the game, one of which being Brittany, who's also on the block, was still in the POV competition. So Derek X allegedly, we'll find out in the episode, went to Sarah Beth and was like, okay, I'm going to take the $5,000 and then you can have the veto. but there was still all these people still in, the competition. So there was the likelihood of her keeping the veto with another person on the block still in the competition was slim to none, because Sarah Beth did ask Brittany if she would throw the veto to her, which A for effort, girl. Way to, you got to throw it out there. You never know. You never know until you ask. Okay. Thank you, Marcella. Appreciate you so much. Go sub to my friend Marcella. Appreciate. Okay. So Sarah Beth was like, please don't take the 5K from me. Please don't do that. I just won't want you. I don't want you to take it. Please don't. Okay. This is going to go to my cosplay outfit. Because I'm a voice actress and I'm poor. Really, I'm a forensic scientist. But if you guys could not, that would be amazing. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And, Derek X, I guess, felt bad. And so he didn't take the 5K. Derek X, what are you thinking? You cannot be that nice. This is Big Brother. You cannot be that nice. Okay. 3 more likes to 100. Let's get there. So he let her keep the 5K. He kept the veto, and ultimately Britt won. Well, after this, everyone was upset with Sarah Beth. How could she not take the veto? But when people take the money, when they know they're not going to get the veto, I don't really get hurt about it. Last year, that was with David. Remember, David took the 10K? I was like, whatever. They're after him anyways. There's not a way David's going to win this. So take the 10K, bro. I can see how 5K, some of them poo-poo. Alyssa poo-pooed 5K. Like, oh, 5K. And I was trying to win, still in the game, and win her the veto. And she's taking the 5K, but there's just a good chance she wasn't going to. But overall, for Sarah Beth's game, dumb move, because it makes you look really sus, and your own allies thought you looked sus. I think people want to see that you really want to be in this game, and you'll do anything to be there. And if people are literally in the game, like Alyssa allegedly was, fighting for Sarah Beth, wanting to take her off the block if she won, but I don't know if she would, but I think Alyssa might have. That's just speculation. We don't know if she would have. She said she would have, but then Tiffany had been telling her and Christian, hey, tell Alyssa that if she wins, she should not use it, because Tiffany, as we all know, and we'll get to, wants Sarah Beth gone, because she is no fan of Sarah Beth anymore. So Sarah Beth made a huge mistake that's going to cost her a lot in this game by keeping that 5K. She would have been better off not, because then what Derek X did, which I thought was pretty smart, was he was very upset after the veto competition. And people felt bad for him because they're like, oh, she took advantage of sweet little Derek X's kindness. Oh my gosh, how dare she, Sarah Beth. And even though Derek admitted to Tiffany, he kind of cried a little bit about it and complained about it to put a bigger target on Sarah Beth. And which isn't the worst idea, but it's always funny to me how many people will believe this witchy woman was able to put her witchy ways on Derek. And so Derek wasn't able to take the 5K. Derek is a grown man, you guys. He's a smart man. He has his own app company or some shit. He's attractive. Somehow he got himself a nice body. He could have easily got himself the 5K. So as much as Sarah Beth might be looked at as like complaining or using like a victim-like strategy, like, oh, I never get picked for any veto competitions, and I just want the 5K so I can go to Comic-Con, and I'm so hurt. I'm so scared. Hold me, Kylan. In this situation, Derek could have easily said, nah, I'm going to take the 5K because you should want the veto, right? And he could have did that, but he didn't. So I'm not really going to jump on the Sarah Beth is evil train because she wanted to keep the 5K, or that somehow she convinced Derek. No, Derek knows what he's doing. He's very smart. Okay. So then the funniest thing happened then, and I talked about it earlier on the BB Besties live that we did, but they were in the bathroom, and by they, I mean Tiffany and Derek X, and they were talking, and Tiffany is very protective of Derek X, and she loves him very much. And tonight on the feeds, or this afternoon, I should say, she was crying to Kylan about like, I can't see him go. Like, I can't even imagine seeing him go. Now, I don't know if the tears were 100% real. You guys let me know if she said something later to the cams, because Tiff does a lot of cam talk. So maybe she was just like, JK. But I do think she feels a lot for Derek. Derek is like her little guy in this game. It's almost like he's too old to be her son, but they've developed a really nice relationship. And then Kylan said, I feel the same way, and that's why he probably has to go sooner than later. And Tiffany's like, I know. And then they both kind of held each other, Kylan and Tiffany, and cried about it. But before that happened, Derek X was telling Tiff, I was upset. I can't believe I should have taken the 5K. And Tiffany's like, yeah, F Sarah Beth. I mean, she shouldn't have done that to you. She shouldn't have put you in a position. And then Derek said, well, I'm kind of doing it on purpose so that I can garner sympathy. And she goes, oh, okay. But when he was saying that, yeah, she like took that money from me and all that, and Tiff's like, she's got to go. And Derek X agreed, yeah, she's got to go. And Tiff's like, okay, who are we going to put up next to her? Knowing that Brittany just won the POV. And then Derek thought about it. He goes, oh, Tiffany's talking about right now. She wants to take Sarah Beth out right now, which is something Derek X didn't want to do. So he goes, oh, no, not this week. I mean, yeah, eventually we got to get rid of her. But like, no, Christian's still at the back door. And Tiff's like, oh, okay, cool. Sorry. Anywho, thank you for the 114 likes, you guys. Let's get it up to 200. Yeah. So it was just so funny because Tiffany was like, she's got to go. Let's get her. And Derek's like, yeah, okay. And she goes, all right, who should we put up next to her? Derek's like, no. Oh, you mean this week? Oh, no, not this. Not on my HOH. Maybe another time. But it was like, it was very funny because Tiffany wants her gone. And Tiffany feels this type of way against Sarah Beth. And I explained it earlier, and I'm sure some people agree with me and some people won't. I know there's a lot of talk on Twitter, like Tiffany's a mean girl. Tiffany makes fun of Sarah Beth's boys. Tiffany's jealous of Sarah Beth. I don't believe the hype, okay? They're all annoyed with each other. They live in a house. Tiffany is not bullying anybody. If anything, Sarah Beth is annoyed with Brittany and takes every opportunity to express that. And other people in the house have noticed. But I'm not even going to blame Sarah Beth because she's just probably annoyed with Brittany. And that's okay. And it's okay for Tiffany to be annoyed with Sarah Beth. Tiffany, okay, so here's what Tiffany did. Tiffany has been making some like impressions. She's doing some impressions to, like Claire and Hannah and people of Sarah Beth's voice. And she said she's like Moaning Myrtle from Harry Potter or something. And she'll do her voice. And Tiffany has done Franzel's voice. Tiffany has done everyone's voice. She does Frenchie impressions. I would be a complete hypocrite if I was like, that's mean, Tiffany, because I do that all the time. Okay, I think Tiffany, if anything, she's more entertaining. Could she push it too far to the point where it's mean? Yeah, therein lies the difficulty of comedy, is making it funny without everyone turning on you and going, you're just being mean now. But right now, I think she's fine. I think she's fine, you guys. I think you're being a little too sensy. You're having a sensy party. And you got to calm it down. You're able to feel whatever you want to feel, but this whole like, Tiffany's the one. Give me a break. Okay. She's very funny. They do improv games there. They're acting out stuff. It's a little too much. You're allowed your own opinion, fine. But to jump on, no one can ever make jokes or roast or shade or drag a little bit people they're forced to live with on a game show for up to 90 days. Give me a break. That's ridiculous. I mean, she's hilarious. And I mean, SB, yeah, she's a little more, she's harsh on Brittany, but she's annoyed with her. I think when it becomes really personal and we see like a BB21 type where it's this group mentality where they're like picking and, remember Annalise is like, I want to beat that bitch up, and how they were to Nicole Anthony, then it becomes too far. But right now, I think it's little ribbing here and there, a little bit of roasting. I mean, but I just don't want this to start some kind of like Tiffany is this awful. We have not seen anything awful from Tiffany. Okay. But you can feel how you want to feel. But I'm going to, people think I'm mean. They're like, oh, she does impressions. That's so mean. It's like, that's comedy. And you might not think it's funny. Comedy's subjective. You don't have to laugh. You can be like, it's not funny. But to say it's mean, I mean, that's just because you don't like it or you don't think it's funny doesn't mean it's mean. Just because it's against your favorite person in the house doesn't mean it's mean. So that's just my opinion on it. So that's happening, but I don't think Tiffany is jealous at all either. Yes, she was really close to Kylan. Yes, she saw Sarah Beth swoop in and kind of take him away almost. And she's watching this happen in real time. And she doesn't feel as respected by Kyland as he respects Sarah Beth. She feels like it's kind of a different relationship. And she also sees that Sarah Beth SB uses something that is, if we're completely honest with ourselves, is something that we see a lot of white women use. And we realize that if we're being completely honest, our feelings or our emotions tend to be more validated in society. And it's like oh me, and cry, where women of color, mainly Black women, are expected to be strong and more stoic and not show emotion. Otherwise, they're too angry, or they're too, rude, or what's wrong with them? They're like depressed or something. So I think this is really, now this is just me, I can be wrong, and you guys can completely disagree with me. You have that right, and you can correct me in the chat. But I do think this is what Tiffany sees. She's like, oh my gosh, I've seen this happen in real life and in society, and now Kyland's falling for it, and I can't use that strategy. So I think it's more frustration and also strategy for her game. Sarah Beth coming in and pulling Kyland away from her, and possibly other members of the cookout are trying to gain their sympathy, which Sarah Beth, she does. She has a Vanessa type strategy of crying, being very emotional, and hold me, never let me go until you hold me. And so to the point where she cuddles so much with Kyland that they had to have a talk on the feeds about their cuddling situation. And she had to be like, he had to say, I do this with all the girls, like all my friends. So I don't want, he's worried that it's going to be a BB16 Christine and Cody Cauliflower, Cody who kisses his dad on the mouth, who pre-gamed to won BB22. It's going to be that situation. And she was like, no, my girlfriend Shelly, like I love her. I'm platonic too. Let me nuzzle back up. Now, however you feel about Kyland and Sarah Beth always cuddling together, you have the right to feel. I will say this. I don't know the understanding that Sarah Beth and her girlfriend Shelly have. What I've heard from Sarah Beth, she speaks very lovingly of Shelly. Maybe Shelly is so open-minded. Kids these days, they are woke AF. They're just like, boom. I saw a girl on the Twitter say, she was like a Gen Z or something. You guys, she said, she was talking to men, and she said, just buy me a burrito and make me CUM. And I was like, what? You can say that? You can do that because I'm an old ass millennial or a very young Gen Xer. I like to just say I'm an old ass millennial. I don't know why. And so back in my day, we didn't know women could CUM. We were just like, oh, that's not for us. Our moms just discovered how to CUM. And so then we came up and we were like, if it happens for us, I guess we're just so lucky. And now women are demanding it with burritos. So that's progress. If you're ever wondering what's progress in feminism, that is when a woman is able to go on her social media and demand that the men she dates buy her a burrito and make her CUM. Okay. And I'm not saying the word because I don't want to get demonetized, but that to me was it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. So maybe they have an understanding, and that's beautiful. Good for them. But if it was me and Chell, my husband, went on Big Brother and was cuddling friendly with someone, I would commit all the felonies. Okay. I would bust onto that stage and say, Julie Chen, I don't recognize the Moonves, but I do recognize I need to get in that house right now. Okay. I need to talk to my husband. Okay. We need to have some words. All right. I would not be okay with that. Any relationship I was ever in? No. You can't cuddle with your friends. You cuddle with me. That's the joy of the relationship. But again, these kids, SB, she's in her late 20s. So I guess that's yet to be seen if Shelly's really cool about this. I would love to hear from Shelly, but poor Shelly deserves her privacy. She didn't sign up for the show. SB did. So hopefully Shelly is cool with this, because if she's not, awkward, very awkward, very, very awkward. But there's definite chemistry there. Okay. Sarah Beth is bi, and Kyland is pan. So, I mean, it could happen. It could happen, you guys. But as of now, they're both saying, no, this is platonic. Platonica. I don't know. This is plantronic, platonic. So there you go. But tomorrow, I believe, is Sarah Beth's birthday. And we all know what happens. On my daughter's birthday, on Sarah Beth's birthday, Brittany is going to take herself off the block, and they're going to put up Christian. And Christian is most likely going to be blindsided. Unless something happened on the feeds and I haven't seen it, he's not going to know what hit him. Because they're like, no, we can trust Derek X. Derek X is cool. He's cool. Like, he's a horrible liar, even though he lied to Alyssa and Christian. So we might see a Rockstar Daughter's Birthday 2.0 and Keisha's birthday. We're like, happy birthday to you, where they had a big fight, and then they have to sing happy birthday to Sarah Beth, who's still on the block, and Brittany took herself off. And hopefully, Christian gets put up, because I think that's the best option right now for Derek X, is to get rid of Christian. He's a comp beast. He can do backflips and burpees. Okay? He's in a showman's. Do not let someone who is that physically capable and fit, and also in a showman's, get any farther. Don't let them hit jury. If you let these two hit jury, they're going to be bumping and grinding throughout the jury house. And you're going to have to live with them, you guys. House guests. You're going to have to live there. And you're going to have to just hear it. Because I bet it's loud. And I bet it's annoying and obnoxious when the cameras aren't there. I just have a feeling that Christian, he puts on a show. He's put, I think he's the, I think so. And who wants that? Who wants that? Thank you, Alex, for the first super chat of the broadcast. You are so special. Missed you. Love your vids. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. So then we'll hear tomorrow. Anybody want cake? Just when Libra had to say it at the awkward Keisha's birthday. Oh, gosh. That BB10 moment is so iconic. Anybody want cake? And then Jerry, or no, not whatever her name. Not Jerry. Well, there's Jerry. And then Rennie, Rennie, I always say her name wrong. She's like, it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. We should all have cake. It's inappropriate. I wish she would have said that. Jerry's just like, oh, I'm a Marine. A punch walls. Didn't he look like punch walls? He cut all the sleeves off his shirts. That's a sign of anger. The more sleeveless shirts a guy wears and says, but wears mostly, the angrier they are. That's just a fact. I didn't make these facts up. Maybe I did. But in my experience, the more sleeveless shirts and the more they've made their own sleeveless shirts, definitely the more angry they are. That's some anger. They're like, this is too stiff on my arms. They're projecting. It's a lot of internal anxiety that they're not processing or recognizing. So they're drinking it down with keg stands and cutting their shirts off. Like, I can't breathe in this thing. It's like, it's a tank top, bro. So I think that was a lot of Jerry. It's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. I'm selling houses now. Rennie. It's inappropriate. So there you go. Yes, Tracy. If you do not get rid of Christian, he's going to be doing bed burpees all throughout the jury house. That is my new favorite term. Bed burpees. Gross. It's inappropriate. So they got to get rid of Christian. So Tiffany was definitely on one, talking people into a Sarah Beth to get rid of her, to vote her out. Blindside, not a backdoor, because she played in the veto, so it cannot be a backdoor. And she was on the block, so it would be a blindside. Now Christian, this would be a legitimate backdoor because he didn't get to play in the POV. It would be a blindside because he doesn't see it coming, and a backdoor because he didn't play in the POV. This is what we deserve as fans. And this is best for Derek X's game. And I do think Tiffany is, I don't think she needs to be coming as hard at Sarah Beth just yet. And we saw her talking to Kylan, like I said, and trying to figure out whose side piece, which of the cookout, which of the 6 side pieces would go first. And they're like, basically, Derek F, he doesn't have a side piece. It's just Derek F. And she said if he did, the side piece would be messy. And that is a true damn story. The side piece would be messy and napping constantly. His side piece was French dressing, and we saw how well that went. Also, French dressing, log off Cameo, log off Twitter, log into the farm, and stay there. If I have to see one more damn video, this dude trying to be some kind of martyr and Captain Save a person, you're not saving anyone. You're just burying yourself. Now he's trying to stop fat shamers, even though he fat shamed Whitney. Can someone tell French dressing? He sucks. And $25 for a cameo, bro. Come on now. Come on. Let's be realistic. Give them for free. And you better be donating them to the children. And he also said that he is going to be going to the Give Children the World. Remember where Sam Smith and the BB21 gang went last year during a Panakuchen with Memphis and Christmas, where they all got drunk and partied together, maskless, with Casey and Sam Smith and them barely raised. They didn't even. You have to raise $500. You're supposed to. And then they pay your way. They pay for you to go to Florida, wherever the hell it is, and be there and meet people. And half of these people could barely make it to the $500. And they're getting a free ass trip. And they're partying during a panic cooking. It's supposed to be to raise money for the children. Okay. French Dressing said he's going. And he can't tell us yet who. But some of the former alums are going to stay in a cabin with him. That sounds like the plot to a horror movie. It really does. Being alone with French dressing in a cabin, horror movie. Maybe they're going to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Allegedly. Jokes. But seriously, why? And are those alums named Josh Martinez, Elena? Is it anyone from, is it Raven? Is it Raven and Matt? Because I can't imagine any respectable alums wanting to stay with him. Please, dear baby Jesus, don't let anyone respectable. I feel like, no, right? You guys, it's got to be Raven. It's got to be Matt. It's got to be the big guy, Mark, with the white dad tennis shoes. It's got to be one of the Love Island rejects or X on the Beach rejects. It's got to be Elena. It's got to be one of the thirsty thirst traps that have agreed to this, because who else would want, he was horrific at this game. You know, it's probably, what's her face? Crystals. What's Crystals? I want to do this. Christy and Caitlin, the 5-piece puzzle failure. It's probably them. I could see that. Definitely Tommy from BB21. Oh my God. He jumps on any of the BB trains and has no loyalty, allegedly. So it's probably Tommy, because he's got to promote his new podcast. That, do we really need a Tommy podcast, you guys? Is that really what we need? Sorry, I have to be me, and me tells me that Tommy sucks. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. I have to listen to myself, and at my core, I feel like Tommy is performative as well, as he stayed friends with all the baby 21 racists and cut out Kemi and Jess. And yeah, so there you go. I don't know. I feel like that's all. It could be. I'm trying to think about the Jerkson, pretty much any of the BB21 cast except for Jess and Kemi would, I believe, stay in a cabin with him. You know, oh yeah, allegedly, Tommy, no, not allegedly, CBS for some reason is just like, or Big Brother, not CBS. It's just like, oh my God, people love Tommy. They love Tommy. So let's have him take over our Instagram. And if you look at the comments, I don't know if CBS is telling or Big Brother is telling former house guests, like, hey guys, can you go leave a nice comment on whoever takes over our Instagram and Twitter, because we're getting flooded with really mean comments. Because basically now you'll see like Holly Beth and Christy go, love you. They'll show up to leave these comments, and it's like, oh, no one believes you. No one believes you, because everyone else is like, seriously, Tommy? So they had him run the social media for a day, because we've all been like, oh, I wonder what Tommy's doing. We know what he's doing. Okay. He's not being an ally and faking the funk and being lame. So we know. And then he said, hey guys, listen to my podcast with my dad and my grandpa or something. And I was like, oh God. With all of my cats just walk around, hey Tilly, with everyone out there, me, Sarah, Miranda, Busy, TV Talks with Tom, Matt and Jess Carter, Rob has a podcast. Who else am I missing? Kamisha Reviews. You know all the players. They're going to promote Tommy's podcast. Come on now. Come on now. Lala, thank you so much for the super chat. Welcome home. We missed you. I missed you, Lala. I missed you guys. Okay. Miranda's here in the chat. Yay. So make sure you sub to Miranda, Mirandy Pie. She's my Miranda. Oi. Yeah. Sam Smith. Horrendous. I mean, I only remember him because he stays relevant by continually harassing Kemi and continually putting his 2 cents in like anybody cares and continuing to be like an alt-right weirdo. So yeah, no, Sam is definitely tweeting about Kemi and looking for Q. Do you know what I mean? Like he's got his 1 gold chain and he hangs out in his driveway and he's looking for Q. That's what's going on there. Not a fan of Sam Smith. What did he do? He didn't do anything in the game. So anyways, so back to the live feed spoilers, you guys. Now that I've told you everyone I don't enjoy from the show, like you didn't already know that. Another flop, just so many flops. Yes, and how dare he take the name of someone who might be talented? You know, it's very rude. It's very, very rude. Oh my God. Me and Miranda watched it earlier. If you guys missed it, go back to the BB Besties video. Watch the whole thing. I know it's 3 hours. I'm going to say it's worth it, but I'm biased. But if you want to skip to the end, I don't know why you'd want to, but let's just say you do. In the last hour, I think, Miranda and I watched some of the fights because there were pay-per-view fights of Big Brother, BBUS versus BB Can. Let me just say, BB Can, the personalities of BB Can players are so much better than BBUS. We just look for abs, just wet blanket abs. You know, they're like, oh, the blanket's wet and it's boring and it reminds me of a couch, but it has abs. So they fought each other. They boxed each other. And Nick Macaroni and Cheese, a.k.a. Baby Bangs from BB21, got knocked out. And it's my new meditation. I've been looking for something to meditate to, and this is it. I am going to fall asleep every night. I don't need to take melatonin anymore. Watching him get knocked out makes me believe again in people, in the world, in hope. And listen, he signed up for it. He signed up to look stupid. Josh Martinez got knocked out. Ugh, if only Fessy could have. But he won. Casey won. Rockstar, good fight against Maddie from BB Can 8, but she still lost. And yeah, it was definitely check out Nick Macaroni and Cheese, Baby Bangs. Oh, he got his bangs popped up. Like they hit him so hard, his bangs went back up. His bangs tried to leave his body. It was so embarrassing. Like BBUS, for the most part, they were embarrassing. BB Can killed it. They picked decent people with personalities. They were fun. They understood the assignment that this fighting, much like wrestling, boxing, they understood like the Don King assignment that you are a character. You are there to entertain. So you have to be entertaining. You can't just get punched in the face, even though I do appreciate it, Baby Bangs and Josh Martinez, and TKO'd or knocked out. But you have to also be entertaining, and come with some attitude, some bravado, something. But yeah. So also DX, after the veto competition, so check out that pay-per-view, Big Brother Canada versus US. You can find clips of it on Twitter, and you can also see me and Miranda make fun of it and have a good time. DX got so it was, you got punishments. His punishment is he has to be like outside of the bathroom and open the bathroom up for people when they go. And like, he's like the jester, I don't know what you would call it, of the shitter. And so people wipe their hands. He brings a towel. I think there's music. Yeah. And there's other punishments that we will for sure see. Alicia said, I just had to search Sam Smith. Totally blocked out that loser. Yeah. I mean, you should. You definitely should. Oh my God, I would love to see Ika Wong. Oh, Ika Wong versus Caitlyn would be iconic because they were on correct me in the chat, you guys, but they were on one of those Big Brother online games, and Ika just checked her. She checked her and wrecked her. Okay. She didn't even have time to check herself because she checked her and she wrecked her, and it was over. And it was, whoa, it was a KO with words. And Caitlyn's like, why are you being like this? Do you need to sign up for one of my crystal classes? And Ika's like, no. It was really good. It was sequester. Okay. Thank you, Queen Honey. Thank you. Give me that, honey. All right, you guys. Yeah, a restroom assistant, I think. Oh, Lord of the Latrine. Okay, that explains it. Derek exposed that Tiffany was doing a number 2 earlier. Not a number 2. Oh no. Oh no. Let the girl number 2 it. It's hard enough for women to have to number 2. You know what I mean? We have to apologize. Dudes just let her rip. They just go in the bathroom. They're like, yep, this is me. Here's my aroma. And ladies have to go, oh my God, did I do something natural with my body? I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Are you still attracted to me? That's what we're expected. We can't just let her rip. I took Gas X for the first 2 weeks I dated my now husband because I was terrified that he would hear me toot toots bagoots. And he did, because the Gas X doesn't last forever. And it sounded like I stepped on a plastic bottle. And he said, his words were, did you step on a plastic bottle? And I said, no, I farted. And then I started crying. So there you go. That's a share. That's an evening share for you guys. Yeah. And I was very embarrassed. I was very embarrassed. He literally said, "Did you step on a plastic bottle?" I said, "No, I farted." And then I cried. So, and now we're married. So that is just more proof to women. Don't believe the patriarchy. Don't believe the hype. You can fart if you want to, and you can still, Cardi B, she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, but she'll tell you how she got that ring. Well, I fart and I fart some more, and I'll tell you how I got this ring. So there you go. It's fine. It's fine, you guys. You can totally have bodily fluids. Now, we're not the couple that just like rips ass in front of each other, because I don't want to be that couple. I know people who are that couple, and that, no, I don't want to smell. But if something sneaks out, let's say you're just, watching little 90 Day Fiance, and you're in a very vulnerable farty position, and your husband walks in, you think, oh, I'm in the clear to just, release the Kraken. And then he walks in, and it's a decent Kraken. And he's like, and then you grab it back. That happens sometimes. I'm just saying. So, but I digress. Yeah, use the plastic. Seriously, Michael, say it. Say, no, I stepped on a plastic bottle. Where is it? I don't know, because I don't believe in plastic. And then change the narrative to that person. Be like, do you have plastic here? Are you a fan of plastic? Because have you seen our oceans? Have you seen what's going on with plastic? You should definitely have reusable bottles. And the fact that you don't is something you should think about. And just, flip it. Flip it. Put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Okay. Caitlin says, you think Hannah will throw Tiffany under the bus for outing royal flush if a king besides X wins next, or even if it's Claire? I don't think so. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't think so. I think Hannah, I think, it bothered her that there was, that would bother anybody, that there was this whole ass alliance she didn't know about with two of her closest allies. But I don't think, at least not this early still in the game, would she throw her under the bus for that. Now down the road, maybe. And I wouldn't really blame her. So Tiffany, she's a great gamer, but sometimes with great gaming comes mistakes. Not everyone can just lay in bed and read the Bible like Dan Giesling. You know what I mean? Tiffany's more of a social gamer. She's got everyone, she's braiding everyone's hair. There's a different, strategy that she has. Did Sb get evicted? No, Sb is on the block. Okay. And we had the power veto, which Brittany won, who was on the block, and Brittany is going to take herself off. She's probably going to wrap it. She's going to, my name is Brittany, and I'm here to say that I'm about to take myself off in the block in a major way, taking myself off the block with this necklace. Who likes me? About to get reckless. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. I'm sure. And they're going to go, Brittany, to the diary room, please. You are not allowed to rap. And so hopefully she doesn't, but maybe she will. She's probably going to wear that Zach pink hat and reference BB16. But she does deserve to have her moment, But Sarah Beth did say after Brittany's veto win, she sat in the Coral room, her room, Tiffany's room, Claire's room, and told them the worst person that could win won, like the worst kind of winner. And I think she said that because she feels like Brittany will gloat about it. When really Brittany talked to Sarah Beth after it. So Sarah Beth was talking shit on her, which again, she's just annoyed with her. And then Brittany came in and she was like, hey, Sarah Beth, I don't give up. Cause she lied to her because she said, I wasn't told that I was the pawn. You were. So I had to just save myself. Don't stop, make it drop. DJ goes up tonight. I'm a savage, classy, bougie, POV winner. Acting stupid. What's happening? What's happening? She's going to do that. But she did lie to her and say, but she was being kind. She's like, I love you, Sarah Beth. And I was like, I wonder if Sarah Beth feels a little bad. Probably not. That she allegedly was even talking crap about Brittany during the competition, which I hope we see, because that reminds me of like a BB15 situation where awful Amanda and was it awful Gina Marie? No, it was awful. They were talking shit to Candace, and awful Aaron were talking shit to Candace during that POV competition where there was like the frogs. Poor Candyland, poor Candace. And then Amanda, who everyone still is like, oh, she's a hero, she's so cool. She was like, does that make me a racist now, Candace? It was like, oh, but the edit is showing you as being an ally. Weird. Very French dressing of you. So I wonder if they're going to show us an edit of what she actually is saying. Sarah Beth, why should I use this veto on you instead of me? Brittany is hilarious. Yes, she was planning the veto meeting last night. She's like, I'm going to come and say, this is the veto meeting. VETO, veto meeting. You can't see me. And then she started doing, no, she didn't do that, but she wanted to. I think she wanted to. And she was like, I have decided to use the veto on myself. And then they cut the feeds to something else because they're like, this is not what people want to see. But congratulations to Brittany, because I think that's really good for her. And it was best case scenario because now Derek can backdoor blindside Christian. So much easier. He doesn't have to do the dirty work himself. He can just be like, hey, Alyssa, I mean, Brittany took herself off. Everyone was coming at me. And I just feel, he is a comp beast threat. And I want to work with you going forward. But I can't work with Christian. He'll have a better way to say it. Tiffany will help him. So yeah, hit the like, you guys. I hope she doesn't dance at the same time. I hope she does. I hope she does the splits because we know she can. I hope she karate kids through the room and just does the crane and just Danielson the shit out of it. Get it, girl. This is your moment. I think she should less rap, more karate. I know she doesn't want people knowing she's a black belt, but they won't know you're a black belt just because you can kick high. You're not going to do 5 flips in a row and 5 burpees like Christian. You're just going to do a couple karate kids. You know what I mean? Brittany is like, take your shirt off, twist it around the air, wave it like a helicopter. She's like, big brother 23, come on and raise up, take your veto necklace off, twist it around your head, wave it like a winner. That would be good. She can do a little Petey Pop. Shout out to Petey Pablo. What if she did that? That would be kind of amazing. Okay. Yes, the crane. Oh, the crane. Okay. So there also was a weird theory going around. I talked about a little bit this afternoon with the BB Besties, but that Sarah Beth, SB, that Shelly isn't real. Shelly isn't real, which is Sarah Beth's girlfriend, who she loves very much. So she says that she wasn't real because allegedly Sarah Beth was having a conversation with, I don't know, Claire, Tiffany, somebody. And because Claire and Tiffany were sharing this with Xavier and kind of saying, basically they believe that they have for a while believed that Kyland and Sarah Beth are very close and they got close really quickly. So they think that they knew each other before. Because if you remember, we got a lot of this duo, spoiler stuff where people are like, duo. So everyone thought this was maybe going to be another duo season. Because even in the promotion for Big Brother, they even were interviewing on their, what's it called, Clubhouse app, duos like Janelle and Kaser, talking about iconic duos and things like that. So the house guests picked up on this and they're like, maybe there are a couple in real life. So a lot of, and by a lot, I mean a few, people think that maybe in real life, Kyland and Sarah Beth are a couple. And they've thought that. And they also think because Sarah Beth was talking about Disneyland and she said something like, I'm not a family, or I don't have a family, or I don't have a +1, or she somehow insinuated that she was single, but I don't think she used the word single, but like a single person. And single person meaning she's not married. She doesn't have a family. The traditional, if you will, old school version of single. And so they took it and ran with it and were like, oh my God, she's basically Shelly doesn't exist. Okay. What is the line from Mean Girls that wins the Mathletes tournament? She was like, the equation doesn't exist. The narrative doesn't exist. I don't know. I'm not good at math. You guys let me know in the chat and I'll highlight the comment. But the negative doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Lindsay Lohan says it in the movie Mean Girls. So that's what they were saying about Shelly, that Shelly didn't exist. And this is Sarah Beth. They were then questioning, so she doesn't have a girlfriend. I wonder if she doesn't even, yes, the limit doesn't exist. The limit doesn't exist. The Shelly doesn't exist. So then they were pondering, maybe she's not even bi. Maybe she's just saying she has a girlfriend for strategy, which I would think that too about someone, because in this game, people have used crazier things for strategy than pretending to be in a relationship. Matt Hoffman, BB12, was like, my wife has the cancer. And we were like, no, take that back. And he was like, I'm going to double down. And then he got to jury and Kathy's like, this is worse than when I got stuck in the caramel. You hurt me more than the caramel. And everyone was like, oh, and Rachel Riley was like, Matt, I love Brendan, but this is bad. I'm sorry, I don't have my Rachel impression down. But Kathy was like, how dare you, Matt? And she was still climbing out of the caramel all the way to the jury house. I can't believe you would lie about cancer. So if people would lie about cancer in this game and other things, remember Devin? I mean, he did have a daughter, but he talked about her too much to the point where we were like, you don't have a daughter. But he did. Okay. So yeah, that actually wouldn't be the worst strategy to come in and say you had a girlfriend or a boyfriend when you really didn't. No. But then they started saying maybe she's not bi. And then I think Tiffany said something about, yeah, I feel like I'm more bi than her or something like that. So then people got very upset because it's questioning, you know, her sexuality, her bi-ness. So I do think it got to a point where it went a little too far. And I'm sure Tiffany, if given the chance, would be like, I didn't mean it like that. And I know, you know, bi visibility, all kinds of things. And there's a lot of stigma and there's a lot of stereotypes and things that are said about people who are bi, where a lot of times there's a lot of people who are like, that's not a thing. And it's like, you don't get to say that's not a thing. That might not be your thing, but it's a thing. So, excuse me. Unfortunately, that did happen. But, you know, I don't think it was with malicious intent. But that's just me. Okay. Yeah, she had melorhiostosis. I don't know. I can't say it. Okay. Kathy through the caramel. I can't believe you, Matt. I am a sheriff's deputy with no coordination. I miss Kathy every day. She was one of the worst Big Brother players, but so freaking entertaining. Kathy and the caramel, it's like the best thing that ever happened. It's amazing. It was really amazing. Thank you, Darren, for that super sticker. Appreciate you. Yes. So definitely not cool of Tiff and Claire to kind of question her bisexuality. But I have a feeling, I tend to be a pretty good judge of character sometimes, that given the chance, they would be like, we're so sorry. Looking back, hindsight, I would never mean to hurt someone like that, especially Claire, who I think is by herself. So there's levels to this shit, you guys. Okay. We know. Yes. So that went on. There's just been a whole bunch of stuff. Tonight when Kyland was talking to Tiffany, then Xavier joined and they were trying to, like I said earlier, break down whose side piece goes first, since Derek F doesn't have a side piece. It's just him in the daybed Derek. They were like, all right, first we got to get rid of Derek's daybed. Okay, so he does something. Then I think they were deciding on the order. I don't know if it got settled. It's going to take a while for them to settle this, but they were basically telling Xavier, you have two. You have Christian and Alyssa. So we're going to have to break that up. And we can only have one. Okay, there can only be one. And we'll keep yours. You can have yours longer. And then Tiff, they were saying maybe the people who would catch on or be more mouthy would have to go to jury sooner. I believe that's what they were saying. That's what I was watching right before it came live. I was a little behind on the feeds, but I was trying to catch up. Yes. Thank you, Dee. Melorhiostosis. That's not how you say it. I guarantee it. A disease that strikes the young, bringing a lifetime of disability and deformity. Oh my God, he picked like the worst cancer. I mean, there's not really a good cancer, but Matt Hoffman, jeez. Yes, Heather, like Johnny Fairplay on Survivor when he's like, my grandma? He's like, my grandma's alive. She's doing great. And his friend came, or cousin, or whoever, some ginger dude came and told him. And he was like, not my graham cracker. And I'm thinking, dude, you're 40. You're lucky to still have a graham cracker. You know what I mean? I lost my 2 graham crackers as teenagers. And I love them. They were great. But Johnny Fairplay had his up until, he joined AARP. So very lucky. Because I can never tell the age of Johnny Fairplay. He's always looked 60. That's just, I've always been like, he's 60. That guy, I think he was born 60. Some people were just born 60. That happens. I didn't make that happen. That's just genetics and stuff like that. So I think overall, let me see if I missed anything as far as we're going to check with the wonderful Big Brother Daily to see if anything happened. Follow them at BB_updates on Twitter. They are fantastic. They have almost 400,000 followers, so close to me, who has 2,000. That's all. So we're very close. We're very close. Okay. So let's see what they are saying here. Okay. So Derek F, looks like a minute ago, they posted, Derek F is saying, now that's Daybed Derek, you guys. What do we think is going to happen tomorrow? And he's talking to Xavier, and Xavier says, either a Joker is going to go up or another King is going to go up. And then Daybed Derek says, do you think it's smart for a Joker to go up? And Xavier says, depends what he wants to do for his game. Now he's telling the Kings, or DX was, that he's going to put up Daybed Derek, but no one's putting up Daybed Derek. So no. Then Sarah Beth said that she's definitely not giving up. And Derek F is like, you can't. Daybed Derek was like, you can't. I never give up. And then he fell asleep mid-sentence, which is really weird, but on brand. And then he said, everybody in here is public enemy number one. At the end of the day, you only have yourself. What you got here, yourself. Wow. And then he fell asleep again. Like he can only, like 2 sentence max, and he is out. Okay. So it looks like they had a big conversation, him and Sarah Beth. Derek F went up to Sarah Beth. I guess they were talking. He was like, what's wrong? Sarah Beth says, I was talking to Azah. She was comforting me because Azah's sweet. She's an empath. I just got a little upset in my head, but I'm going to pull it together. I feel like this is SB's a lot of her strategy. She uses her emotions, which isn't a bad strategy, but that's just what she does. And that's the thing I think that annoys Tiffany, because Tiffany is someone who's just like, you don't use emotions in this game, even though Tiffany does use her emotions. But she doesn't, I don't think she uses it as blatantly as some people do, like a Sarah Beth. And then Derek F said, there's bigger targets. Fight for that. Your brother and everyone right now would be, you came in here as a bad bitch. Fight for yourself. F all this friendly bullshit. You have to fight for yourself. Daybed Derek is like Tony Robbinsing it right now. I don't know what got into him. Maybe they added a function in the Daybed where he go, fight for yourself. You can do this. Everyone would be proud of you. Back to sleep. I just love that Daybed Derek can fall asleep anywhere. That is a gift. That is a gift. So they're kind of been counting the votes. So who's going to vote which way? Derek X was saying to Azah, my plan from the beginning was this. Okay. So what was it? What was it? I don't know. Xavier, I'm so great. Xavier, I guess, was talking to Sarah Beth, and he said, if they backdoor Christian and he went home, y'all took out double the wins. So what are you still coming after us for? Sarah Beth said, that would be stupid. We're going to win next week, though. It actually, the Kings had talked about how, even though there's no more teams, they're still kind of stuck in this team mentality because it just got taken away, and I think that's what the producers were hoping for as well. And they were kind of like, okay, if we get rid of Christian, maybe we'll all be less targets because we're, the team left with 4 people, Did you guys like the Daybed Derek thing? Okay, good. I see you guys. Good. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, Tiffany declared. What's going on? Okay. All right. Tiffany says, okay, here we go. An hour ago, Tiffany said, I also realized we can take SB if we need to. Okay. And Claire says, what do you mean? And then Tiffany said, we can beat her. And this is according to Big Brother Daily at BB Updates, BB_updates. Support them. And then Tiffany said she, aka Sarah Beth, needed to win. She was out second. You have the veto. Why didn't she take it from you? And then Claire said, because she wanted the 5K. And Tiffany said, Claire, she is on the block. The only person left to take the veto from her was Brittany. Dun, dun, dun. Then Claire said, he is going to put Christian up, and we vote Christian out. And then we take the shot next week. And Tiffany says, at who? And Claire says, Sarah Beth. So it looks like as of tonight, we're back on the backdoor blindside Christian, which I am here for. Why take out Sarah Beth right now? You know, she kind of only has Kyland. Even though I know we saw in tonight's episode her talk with Hannah, and Hannah's like, I don't know if I can believe her. And her and Kylan have been trying to, partner with them in some ways, but no. Xavier was saying to Sarah Beth, on a personal level, I feel good with all the queens, being Tiff, Claire, and Kyland. He said, I love Kai. That's my guy. And I know you guys are close. I don't feel like you would pick Kai over Alyssa and I. And Sarah Beth said, Kai is my best friend in the house, but not my best ally. Ooh. It looks like, I don't know what Tiff's going to do for the next couple days, but tomorrow's going to be the veto ceremony. Brittany will take herself off the block. Hit me, baby, with that POV. Oh, baby, baby. She's going to save herself, and she's going to be, oh, the taste of your comps on your tongue. I don't know. She's going to make up something, you guys. And she's going to TikTok dance, and she's going to Karate Kid it through the veto ceremony. And then Christian's going to be put up. I don't think Tiffany, I think now the way she's talking and the way she was talking earlier, it's like, okay, fine, let's get Christian out. But in the future, I want to get SB sooner than later. This is just the smart move. If you're playing strategically, which I think Tiffany is for the most part, very well too, take out this big threat. He is a competitor and he's in a showmance. Showmances always vote together. They stay together. It would be amazing if they broke up and there was drama and she turned on him. But unfortunately, they stay together. They bang on stools. They can be très annoying if it's not house guests that are that fun. And neither Alyssa or Christian have proven to be very fun. And Christian he's not good strategically, but he's easily manipulated. And so it's like 2 against 1. You don't take a showmance to the end. You just don't. It's stupid. It is stupid. You look at BB21. You look at BB7. You look at all the BBs that I'm not even thinking of right now. You don't do it. Okay. Anything else? We'll see. Things can change. This is Big Brother. Expect the unexpected. But as of now, I think Christian, we're going to get a real backdoor and a blind side. As long as Christian doesn't know. Does he know, you guys? I don't think he knows. Okay. Daybed to go next if he ruins like he did with Brent. A blind side? Don't like it. Don't like it. No, I don't think Sarah Beth is going to be evicted this week. But I do think her game took a big hit after the POV and with all the salt that Claire and Tiffany are putting in her game. So, yeah. Heather C says, Alyssa is the only one I don't like, but look at who her favorite duo was in her bio. Ooh, I forget who it was. It wasn't Brent and Winston. That was Christian's or Travis's, or who was her favorite duo? Why can't I remember? Oh, Cody and Jess, right? Ooh, it is. Yes, Legacy Lee. It's a petty AF to ruin a good blind side. You're hurting the audience. The people who you're going to want are follows. You are. When you become an influencer, a la Franzel. It's so mean. It's mean. I'm a mom now. I'm a mom influencer. It's so mean because I live in Oobly Goobly. And it's like, I live in a thrift store. My house is a thrift store. I love it. Okay, it's very kitschy. You don't understand. I'm an influencer. Where's Vic? I need some mayonnaise salad. Spaghetti salad. This is ridiculous. Yeah, Jess and Cody. So if the other house guests knew, if that was the bit of information that was leaked about her, get rid of her right away. Oof. Do you think Derek X and Christian would be a good duo? No, because I don't want to watch them. But working together, I mean, they both win comps, so they could go 1 for 1 for 1 for 1 and sweep through the house, technically. But it's too late for that because he's in a showmance and Derek X has, allegiance and alliance with other people. But should they have maybe thought of that early on? Yeah, probably. But, there you go. Christian has an inkling, Brianna says. He may be backdoored from yesterday night's feeds, but I don't think he realizes it's serious because Alyssa says, yes, I remember him being like, this could happen. Alyssa's like, oh my God, no way. First of all, I like your wiener. Second of all, I like your wiener. Third of all, Derek X is a bad liar. It turns out he's not. He's not. He's not. So, yeah, and DX, it's too late for that. But had they partnered early on and had this connection, they could have been a force in the house. Oh, but I'm ready for Christian to go. I just find him Trey boring. Trey boring, you guys. I'm over it. I'm over it. So there you go. All right, you guys, I am going to take off. Thank you so much for all the super chats. Shout out to my mods. Thank you guys for all your comments and love and likes and everything. Follow me on social media at Joleen Lunzer across the board. And what else do I have? Oh, I'll be back tomorrow night with my mom, aka Nana. We're bringing back 90 Day with Nana after our long vacation. Tuesday night, we have a sip and key. Wednesday night, I'll be back for Big Brother. Thursday night, I'll be back for Big Brother. Friday night, I'll be back for Big Brother sometime. And also Married to Bravo with Nana. So next Sunday, I'll be back with my BB besties again and just throwing in stuff here and there and fun stuff. But we are back, baby. We are back. We are back. Thank you guys for your support. Don't forget to subscribe to my backup channel, Joleen Vlogs. I pinned it in the comments of the live chat. And it's also in the description of this video. Joleen Vlogs. Let's get to 1K. You guys are almost at 700. And if anything happens to this channel, God forbid, knock on all the fake wood I have, that's where I'll have to go. Unless they take that away from me too. It's a weird world. It's a weird world. Okay. But you guys take care of yourselves. Protect your energy. Smash the like. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye.
If you like what you see,